Hey there. Well, from now on a regular basis, I'm going to do some Shopify store audits. People have already written in, and I have about 30 or so ahead of me. It could be 20. And when I get to the end of those, I'll ask people who wanted to comment in the comments below, and I'll do some more. But this is the first one, and I'm doing 3 stores. Now, clearly, this is not a full store audit. I do offer store audits for Shopify stores, but then I get access to the stores and I go in and I can see what's really going on in the back end. And I also have a look at the SEO and everything like that. But for now, today, this is just a very skimming the surface, like first impressions, just a general overview. Now, I have a very sore throat, so I sound quite hoarse throughout this because when I was fleeing from the cyclone, the dogs and I stayed in a pet-friendly hotel, and it was wet and damp the whole time, and I caught a nasty cold. The dogs were very happy, but I caught a nasty cold, so I think I also got gluten. Anyway, but enough about me. So that's why I sound hoarse, but I'm going to do 3 now, and then I will do 3 or 4 the next time. So keep looking out for these store audits. And remember to like and subscribe. This stuff is all free for you, and it really helps me if you like and subscribe. Alrighty, let's get into it. Okay, now this is the first site I'm going to have a quick look at, and I will link the sites in the description. So maybe you like the look of some of these books and want to buy them, but it's also going to help the store owners with backlinks for SEO. Alrighty, so here's the first one. I'll just give you a quick look at it first. And now I will get into the detail. Okay, we're looking at Julie's site now. It's fantastic that you have unlock offer, and the button is a good contrasting color, and green with white on green. That's very good. It's very good to have an image of yourself. Now, you don't want to give them too much to read. So it's good that you've personalized it. Hey, Julie, here. But you don't need to say enter your email below. It's obvious they enter it below. Get rid of the word below. And you could say for 10%. Just try to get the word count there down. And don't say off your first purchase. Say off your next purchase. Because if someone has already bought from your store, they might think they can't take advantage of this offer. So always sort of think, like when you get tradies out to your house, you always think of the worst possible thing they could do, and they're going to do it. So tell them not to do it. Of course, they still manage to do it. But think of it the same with customers. What is the worst way they could interpret what I'm saying, and try to preempt that. Now, you see, you don't need to say save on your first order. So really, you've got to keep the word count to a super tight minimum here. You could just say that they can get special offers. And it's good that you use the word join, not sign up. I will enter a fake email here. You'll have to get me off your Klaviyo. Now, this is very good. You have given them the discount code here, which is absolutely fantastic. Some people don't like to give the discount code there because it thinks it will make people sign up. What's the point of getting people to sign up? The point is you want sales. It's not wishful thinking like it is on the retailers. Your email list here is to get sales, so it's fantastic you have the code, because if someone for any reason misses the code to their email or it's slow coming, they could get quite angry and you'll lose a customer. Now, you have put it twice. I wouldn't put it twice. It's here and there. Now, here I see 2 issues here. You don't have SMS collection. Now, I always rant and rave on how SMS has a much better deliverability rate, much better open rate, and I can't think off the top of my head because I'm undercaffeinated, but it's like way in the high 90s. And also people tend to open it within 30 seconds, not like an email where it could be like a few hours a day, a week. So SMS is completely necessary. And here you're also missing out the birthday collection. Now, it's super important to have a birthday collection. Always collect birthdays in this pop-up because that's one of the best performing flows. A birthday flow will make you a lot of money. I see you have your looks pop up there. Very good. Social proof, excellent. Good that you're showing the ebooks, and you've got all your star ratings here. Very good. And it's good you've got more social proof here, and you have your other Clavio there. Now, here's something you don't want. The whole point of your store is to sell. The worst crime with a store, or one of the worst crimes, is to send people away from your store. Never, under any circumstances, have social media icons on your store. You absolutely don't want that. So get rid of them immediately, because that's something you don't want. And this is a fantastic banner here. And you have a great menu bar here. Looks very good. The navigation looks very good. And why $10? Like, that's not sort of in standard with the book industry, like make it $9.99. That is quite high for an ebook. Now you see red, you don't want red. This has absolutely terrible visibility. It's not accessible. Get rid of red and just have black font. And again, you've got more red font here. Now what, you could put this in a collapsible row. Without looking too closely into it, this looks to be bold to me, not heading 3. Bold and italics are in contravention of the WCAG 2.2 Web Accessibility Guidelines and Regulations. Get rid of all bold and italics. Replace your heading with heading 3. And that's very important for SEO. It's good you've got a keyword here, second chance. But this is a big SEO. The heading is a big SEO opportunity. So I would try to get the word romance or something like that into there, so you're advantage of it. And I would have a meta field, a collapsible box here with a meta field with series order. I mean, do you really want people to tweet and pin it? If you don't, get rid of these. But if you do, that's fine. But again, you just really want to keep people on the page. Great to have bundle deals. Great to have them up there. Don't stick with it if that's your, like they're your colors. But don't believe people who said somebody from Shopify told them that green was a good converting buy button color. Why didn't that person tell Amazon? Like, for goodness sake, people make up all sorts of absolute nonsense. And there was that rumor going around that's clearly has no basis in reality. Whoever started that was clearly either undercaffeinated or overcaffeinated to a rather large degree. But if they're your colours, that's fine. But again, it looks like you have some bold in here, which is not good. Again, get rid of red font. So all in all, this is it's a really very good site. You can just make some tweaks, which will improve it quite a bit. Now, see here, you've got how the audiobook will be delivered. I would put delivery information, like how, with your audiobook template, have a collapsible row with a meta field, or just a collapsible row. You don't need a meta field for this. Have a collapsible box and tell people how their audiobook will be delivered. And also, you could also do series order with another collapsible box, but that would have to be a meta field. But don't have it here. It is good that you have it at the bottom, and it's great that you've got the reviews. Very good. Change that to a collapsible box. And again, italics against the accessibility guidelines. Okay, so you've got this in the prime position here. You don't want this to be, now this is going to be picked up by Google and indexed. Also get rid of, as I said, the italics, get rid of the bold, and always remember that under the buy button, your heading 3 is super, super, super important for Google, and you need to put something there that will be indexed. You need to be thinking of keywords here, and of course more italics. So have that up there. Then you can drop this to the second paragraph, but you don't want this. You don't want to lead with this, because just think your Fred blogs from the Arctic Circle, you've arrived here on your site. They don't know anything about you, and they think, oh, this looks good. I like the look of this idiot audio book. And then they go, oh, it's narrated by this talented guy. And I thought, well, I don't know any narrators. Is that what's going to make them buy? No, of course not. You need to hook them. Why would someone want to listen to this book? Why would someone want to buy this book? Is it purely because it's narrated by this talented narrator? No, you need to hook them with something else. Hook them, and then you can say it's who narrates it in the next bit. But you don't want to lead with it. Always think SEO. You can't have any bold or should not have any bold or italics on a site. But all in all, this looks fantastic. Great job. Now here is the next site. Sixth Moon. This is a lovely site. Have a look. And they also have a fantastic video and slider and a very good video. And now let's get into this site. This is a great banner. It comes straight to the point. Dragons, demons, and dumplings. Demons, vampires, fantastic. It will just exactly, it tells you exactly what it's all about. Great banners. Okay, this should be up the top. This shouldn't be down the bottom of your description. And this is by far the worst converting buy button color possible in the whole entire universe. Seriously, change your buy button color as a matter of some urgency. This is the most ghastly buy button color ever, and you need to move it up to its Shopify has it in that position, and everything Shopify does isn't like ideal, like with some of the things they do, but they do have their buy button colors in the correct position. So go back to what they had. So you want your buttons up the top, then under it you need to have, this is very important for SEO as well, then you have your description, and again you'll have to hook them. Your heading should be heading 3, not bold, not italics, don't use that at all, but heading 3 and what will hook the reader to buy this book. So you have your hook up the top, and then everything else you want to say has to go under that, but your hook needs to have your keywords in it, your SEO keywords. Okay, get rid of this. You may also like, this is Shopify, and it will put random stuff here. So you need to get a cross-sell app like Frequently Bought Together, where you can control what actually goes here. Hide this on your templates and have something here like save by buying more, because that is a huge money spinner for a store. Don't leave it to this Shopify you may also like, because their AI will bring in products that are selling well, but they might not be in your series. So you can see, say if you've got your product page is, say, book 1 in a series, you want to have the next few books in the series in your Frequently Bought Together, not book 5 in this random series and book 10 in this other unrelated series. So it's super important to have a cross-sell app. Okay. I am very, 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 extremely, very much against free on a store. Save that for the retailers. You don't want to give them anything for free. You're going to get a lot of freebie seekers. Do you want to be paying for them? I think not. Get rid of them. Get Klaviyo and get rid of these freebie seekers. This is something you would say for the retailers. You're going to lose a lot of money this way, seriously. It's lovely. I love the graphics. I love the colors. It's in your face. It's really good. But this is bringing your retailer thinking across to e-commerce, and that is not a good thing. Trust me, it's not. So you want people to buy from you. You don't want people to get stuff for free. Like, do you go into a shoe shop and they give you a shoe for free? Do you go into a Chanel store and they go, here's a Chanel bag, here are some Chanel earrings, you can have them for free, and then we'll upgrade you later to a purse? No, it doesn't happen, does it? And there's a good reason for that. It's because it doesn't work. It doesn't work in e-commerce. It works on retailers because they don't care whether they sell your books or not, because they have other things they want to sell people. But it doesn't work when you're the store owner. I have got lots of videos on this. Go and watch. I've got one video called The True Cost of Free. You must not have free on your store. Go and get Klaviyo and go and offer them 10% or whatever for their email off their next order. Then you will actually have buyers. So you will have buyers, and then you can collect their birthday and send them a discount for their birthday. And that's a very good income producing flow. And also you can collect their phone. So you can send them texts. You can send them texts, but free has no place, no place on a store. Okay, do you actually have a review app? I don't see any stars. It should be title, review stars, buy buttons, heading 3, blurb, delivery information in a meta field. Okay, so if I'm not sure if you have a review app, but if you don't, get one, because I would put some stars here at least. So it's very clear they're reviews, because people are used to seeing stars. And also some review apps have rich snippets, which you need for Google searches. So the stars will show up in searches, super important. I'm trying to find your privacy policies, all your legal policies. I can't see any legal policies here. By law, in many countries, you need to have your legal policy showing on your site. And they're usually down the bottom. They don't seem to be here. But these banners are absolutely gorgeous. And that's very good how it shows exactly what people are getting. Okay, it looks as though you don't have Klaviyo, which is a terrible sin. It looks like you have MailerLite. Now, I could be wrong. You need a pop-up with SMS, a birthday collection, and you're leaving a lot of money on the table if you don't have Klaviyo. Keep MailerLite for your reader list. MailerLite for a store is like putting a donkey in a horse race. Donkeys are made for being donkeys, and like racehorses are meant for racing in theory. It's like you wouldn't have a Clydesdale in a dressage competition, would you? But you wouldn't make a dressage horse pull a large vehicle. Horses for courses, as they say. Keep MailerLite for your retailer list, but it's absolutely putting a square peg in a round hole. Klaviyo is only to make you money. You don't have Klaviyo, so that's the main thing. Everything else looks quite good except for your button situation. Yeah, see, this is a huge mega error. Huge. Get those buttons up. It's super terrible to have them at the bottom of the description. You do not want that, and you do not want this buy button color. Not at all. Change it to the Amazon orange with black, but don't have the worst converting buy button color, because obviously it's not good at converting. And you want your heading 3 here. You just don't want to launch straight into stuff. You need an H3 heading. And of course, get rid of bold, get rid of italics. They're in contravention of the WCAG 2.2 guidelines and regulations. They're a big no-no. You don't want to be doing that. Okay, you don't want tier either. People don't care less. They go, what's book funnel? They don't care less unless they know what it is. So if they want to know, then you put it in a collapsible box. You don't need a meta field for that. Just put how ebooks will be delivered in a collapsible box at the bottom of the description on your audiobook template, on your ebook template, and you can put delivery information for your print books also in a collapsible box. But it is a crime to have that above the buy buttons. Buy buttons must be up the top under the title or under the stars. And you need a review app. These things are leaving you a lot of money on the table, because you have a gorgeous site, really beautiful site with lovely graphics, really lovely. So don't leave money on the table. Get yourself a cross-sell app, a review app. I think Judge Me is like $15 or something if you don't want looks. And you can get Frequently Bought Together or whatever cross-sell app you like, but you do need Klaviyo. So these are just places that you're leaving money on the table, but otherwise, lovely site. And now we're looking at Judith's site. Again, I'll give you a quick look at the home page and then I will get straight into it. Hopefully my voice will hold out. Oh, that's good. Thrilling reads to delightful gifts. That's clever. Gets straight into realizing that they are gifts and free shipping there. But then you say paperback readers. I would have some images of paperbacks there just to spell it out because people tend not to read. Like if you've ever sold anything on Facebook Marketplace, and you say up the top, do not ask me if it's still available because I will remove this listing when then within half an hour, you have 30 people saying, is this available? Even though it's up the top, people don't read. Everyone knows that. They skim, they don't read, they don't pay attention. So spell it out where it says paperback. I would put some paperbacky type thing in there. And also with audiobooks, get some audiobooks in there. See, this is confusing to me. I mean, I'm hangry because I haven't had lunch. But so you've got paperbacks and you've got merch. Then you mentioned audiobooks and you've got merch. So I'll just make it a little bit clearer to them. And I do like this buy button color. I think you could improve it a bit by the Amazon orange. Now, I'm pretty sure it's FFA31C because I use it so much. It sticks in my mind, and use the black type. That would be the best, but this is a good one. Nice contrast. And so you've got the series there, which is good. It's good you say gift shop. I wouldn't have your merch on the home page though, because there's too much. Like if people have a choice, they tend not to do anything. They have buyer paralysis. Okay, so it appears you have Judge Me. I don't have Judge Me. I've got Looks, but I'm pretty sure you can do it on Looks. You should be able to do it on Judge Me. Get those review stars up here. Get those up there. And again, no bold, no italics on your store. Let me see what this says. Okay, this is good, but get rid of the bold, of course. Also, you could say in this blah, blah, blah genre, comma, accountant, etc. So always be thinking, heading 3, it's prime territory for Google to index. So you want to get a keyword in this heading. Super important. Yeah, so, okay, you've got them there. That's easy to do. Just go to theme customization, grab these reviews and hike them up to above your buy button. So that's good. Okay, again, here you've got some social media icons. Get rid of those. You don't care less whether people follow you on social media from your store. You don't want them. Number one rule, and this has been ever since the internet started, because sad to say I was around when the internet started, never, never, never under any circumstances send someone from your website to another site. And from a store, it's even worse. Get rid of those social media icons. You want people to stay on your store. You don't want them to leave, and they will leave perhaps if they have a choice. So you don't give them a choice. Now, cute logo, by the way. And you certainly want the share button at the bottom of everything else. So at the very least, hike it under that, but you do want to hike these up to the top. And also there's nowhere to tell them how to download. So again, I would put a collapsible box and for your ebook template, and just go and have a look at my site, morganabest.com, to see how I do it there under my products. I would add merch to the navigation, but I wouldn't have on your homepage, like you could have one on your homepage linking to your merch section, but I wouldn't have it so much in your face on your homepage, and tighten up your homepage a bit. And here, instead of like having an image and having the 7 books, I would just have the 7 books. You could have this as a secondary image if you so wish, but it's best to just have the books, boom, 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 like 3 on the top, 7 underneath. Don't leave anything to the imagination. You just got to think customers, keep it simple. And hopefully you have alt text on this with keywords, like primary keywords there. But I would set out your bundles in a more bundly-like manner, because just think, keep everything super simple for customers. The more they have to think, the less they will buy. So just think, if you wanted a customer to buy a pair of shoes, you put the pair of shoes in front of the customer with a sign on them, they go straight to them and they can buy them. But if you put like a hedge they have to climb over, or a labyrinth, or something else in their way, fewer customers will buy that. You've got to keep the customer journey like a very clear path and set everything out so it's incredibly overly obvious, because context is as important as words, as any linguist will tell you. You need to have clear context, and you have all the context. You know what your book's about, you know what you're doing, but the customer does not necessarily know. So you have to think, how do I set this up for a customer without context? So keep this as a secondary image if you would like. Oh, that's just my dog grunting at me. So you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that for a 7-book series, and just keep it super, super simple, and also have it the same, because people like conformity. Have it the same across everything, and that would be a really good idea. Great that you have a video. And here are your privacy policies. Excellent. Very, very good. But I would make more of your reviews. I can see you've got Judge Me, but you're not really making the most of your reviews. And customer proof is everything. If someone doesn't know you, customer proof will drive it all. So go into Judge Me and have a look at everything they can do and basically turn it all on, because that is very good. Now, I can't find a Klaviyo little box down here, and you do seem to have Klaviyo. Excellent. I'm just checking out your chat. How do I download to my Kindle? Fantastic. How do I get my ebooks? Oh, excellent. What if I'm having trouble? Fantastic. I really like what you've done with your chat. Excellent. Fantastic. Love it. Okay, so I see Judith does have gift shop on her nav bar, on her menu, which is fantastic. I said before to have one, but for merch, but you've already got it, and it's called gift shop, which is absolutely fantastic. Like, it's brilliant to call it that, because a lot of readers don't know what merch is, for example, and I see a lot of authors call their merchandise or merch, but many readers don't know what that means. They probably think of, when I think of it, as a non-reader, if I can put myself into a non-reader space, I think of the movie Spaceballs, where they had the merch. So, yeah, so calling it gift shop is absolute sheer genius, and it spells it out to the customer that they can buy these things as gifts, either for themselves or someone else. But there is a little error here. I've clicked on paperback bundles and it says no products found. So if that's just a bad link, better fix it, or if you don't have any paperback bundles, just get that off your menu. Also, both Book Vault and Lulu do offer bundles these days, so you can get that happening. Okay, well, that's wonderful. I absolutely love how you've got your gift shop set up. That's absolutely fantastic. But again, I wouldn't have so many gifts on the home page. I make something of it, make something of paperbacks, make something of audiobooks, and make something of the gift shop, so that it's very clearly set out in the home page. Because as I said, you've got paperbacks, then you've got merchandise, then you've got audiobooks mentioned, then you've got merchandise. So really tidy that all up and have like a blobby thing of paperbacks, a blobby thing of audiobooks, and a blobby thing of gifts, if you know what I mean by a blobby thing. Okay, that's all for now. So soon I will do another few Shopify stores. And of course, I just give a quick overview in here, but when I actually do an audit, and I'll link it in the description below, I actually go into your store and look at the back end and look at what you're doing with your SEO and everything. I do like a deep dive, whereas this is just like a bit of a superficial what's it. But I do hope you guys that have had the stores, it helps. And as a bonus, as I said, I'll link to them in the description, so it will boost your SEO. And if people are looking at this, maybe they'd like to go to your stores and buy your books. Okay, remember to like and subscribe. It truly is a big help, because I do all this stuff for free, and it really helps me if you would like and subscribe. Bye for now.